States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we know the call to order and then roll call to see how many of us we are. So Leslie Brito, let me see, Commissioner Araceli Avila, Leslie Brito is me, Ana Lujan,
Here.
Juan Rios is absent, and Joanne is here.
Here.
So,
You asked for approval of.
so we're gonna approve it?
I so move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we have no public here, so
We have to approve of the minutes of August 4th. No, you did this without the minutes? Okay, we had to do the posting. September 2nd.
Okay.
So you need to do that one. Right here. This was different than mine. Look.
it is. No, let me see. It is different. Have
Oh, no,
approval of
there
the
it is.
minutes. Approval, right here.
Yeah, okay, but you have to do this one. Do this approval of
The
certificate
posting?
of the posting also.
Okay.
As approval,
Approval of the certificate of posting for September the 2nd, 2014.
yeah, you say,
I motion.
I second,
All in favor?
aye.
We are.
Now, we do the public communication.
Public communications.
5 minutes.
Then we move on
We move on.
to report of
He needs
officers.
to be the president.
That's okay.
He knows. What's next?
I guess you're up.
One. So
Okay,
you're
so
on.
reports of officers, Madam Chair and Commissioners, I have Maria, she's going to go ahead and give the update first. It's a street fair update. Maria Moreno is kind of heading up the charge for the department, and she'll go ahead and give you that.
Good evening, Chairperson. I would like to report on the street market, which is going to be the first, which is a pilot event that we're hosting. The department is heading the street market, which is scheduled to begin September the 25th with the special music by Soto from 7 to 9. And at the street market, we're going to go ahead and invite the local businesses to be part of the street market, as well as local community to take part. As of today, we made contact with over 6 businesses and local community groups to be here, and we've received very positive feedback so far. As of today, we confirm 8 vendors, and we're looking at about 10 different restaurants to provide the food event. And at the stage, every week we'll have a stage that will have community groups to perform. And like I said, for the opening night, we have Soto that will play from 7 to 9. And the other nights, we have a Baldwin Park Got Talent. So we're recruiting for singers and dancers. Their deadline is September 25th to submit. And they'll be performing on October the 2nd or the 9th, which is the grand finale. Okay? So we do have several sponsors that will be assisting us with the event. For example, Trophy Royal Allen Company, Waste Management, and the Baldwin Park Police Association, as well as Royal Coaches, OK Jumpers, and recently added the Baldwin Park, Park Plaza Shopping Center, which they're a good sponsor. They're going to be providing and assisting us with the storefront for staging, as well as they'll be providing free arts and crafts for the kids and other goodies, for example, a shopping spree for the winners of the Baldwin Park Got Talent. In addition, I believe I mentioned about the stage, we do have an area that it's the kids' free fun zone. One of the sponsors, which is the OK Jumpers, will be providing payment, which is the jumpers, the big giant jumpers for the kids. We'll be doing face painting and as well as the arts and crafts. So we are inviting the community to take part in this very special event. Since this is the first one we're doing outside of Morgan Park, most of our events are there at the park. This particular one, we're going to be doing it here in the downtown. So we're all very excited for the event, and we hope that you will help us spread the word and get the community involved in the. So our goal is to have over 50 vendors and businesses. So we're very happy coordinating the event, and we hope to go ahead and our goals. Any questions?
Is it also going to be like a food market, like a farmer's market?
Well, we are going to have, for example, we do have, we're adding some components. We do have the dry fruit and nuts vendor that's going to be taking place. It's not a farmer's market because we're not certified. In order for us to get certified, it takes a couple weeks. So given the time that we receive direction to put together the event, it doesn't allow us to a farmer's market. So it's certified.
Yeah, certified.
They share with us that if farmers are selling at the street market, and if it's not a certified street market, that they get in trouble, that it's against. That's why we're not having farmers at the event.
We're hoping to have some produce, like Superior Market, some of the markets that have produce. We're hoping that they come out.
Okay.
We've outreached to
Salvage
them.
produce.
We're waiting for them to let us know. I know we've outreached to Olive Store Market, Blanquita, Vallarta, and we're waiting right now on the supermarket to let us know. And even if they don't participate, we did talk to them on Friday. They do games and activities at their booth and to promote. And we've also asking the merchants from the shopping center if they could provide a special coupon for the night to be part of our event. So in all, it promises to be a very good family event, and we're hoping that everyone participates. And we are going to take the flyer to all the elementary schools to get the word out. And it's already on the website, so we're doing everything possible to promote the event. So if you guys know of any businesses, we are taking the applications now. And anyone that's talented that would like to participate in the Baldwin Park Got Talent, encourage them to participate. The deadline to submit their entries is September the 25th. So if you guys encourage anyone to participate, that would be great.
Okay.
Any questions?
You say that September 25, October. What day specifically you want to have over there? Want to go health and something over there in the market?
We are going to be having, as the city, we are going to be having an information booth. So if you guys, it's going to be staff, and you guys are more than welcome to be part of our booth and to help us pass literature. We did ask the plaza tenants that if they have the special coupon for the night, they give it to us if they're not participating, and we'll have it at our booth. So we'll be passing
Or if
literature.
they're participating, they could have a Thursday street market. We're reaching out, Maria and April and a few other staff members are reaching out to all the business community. And the whole intent is to generate more foot traffic downtown. So I think having a 72-foot high balloon bounce, I think should be a pretty big attraction. Closing off the street, having the band Soto and a talent show, and then all of our classes, we're gonna bring out mom and dad and grandpa and grandmother and cousins, videotaping. So it should be pretty successful. We have a pretty good start with all of the vendors wanting to participate. our fingers crossed. It's 3 weeks, and city council will reevaluate it and find out if they would like to continue with it next year by possibly having a independent company manage it, or having the recreation department manage it, and so on and so on. So, very nice event. Very nice. Questions, comments, concerns?
We're gonna advertise ahead of time?
We're already advertising.
No, but I mean, right here, where is it gonna be?
Yes.
We have banners and stuff like that,
We'll have
with the
banners,
dates.
probably within the next few days, and the banners will have elements of the flyer.
Okay.
It's also we have a half a page ad in the ballpark now, which is anticipated to hit the homes in the middle of September. They're saying September 9th, but give or take a few days. That's when it gets delivered to the post office. Then after that, the mail carriers need to drop it off at the homes. So probably by the middle of September, all of the nows should be at the residence. But yes, we are trying to get the word out. It's going to be probably the first time I've seen in my 20 years with this. We're actually closing down a big street, having an event on the street. So we're taking, rather than them coming to Morgan Park, we're taking it to the community. So a unique experience, working with the police department, public safety, making sure all the streets are blocked off, so no vehicles maneuver in there, and we have a catastrophe. So we're trying to dot all those I's and crossing all those T's, make sure positive experience for everyone.
I have a question. For the farmers market, when you say certified, it is a process, or it's because the people who bring the
It's
food?
a process. We have to go through the state, and
Oh,
it's
really?
about a 4-week process. And since we just found out that we're going to move on it a week ago, there really wasn't enough time to have a certified farmers market. So we're going to have a street fair, which is very similar to a farmers market. We'll have elements of farmers market, and that's something we'll need to reevaluate with the city council. If they would like to have a certified farmers market, then we need more time to plan and to attract farmers
Okay.
that come out from Lancaster, Palmdale, where all the farming communities. Right now, Kaiser has a certified farmers market.
And usually we have a lot of good contact with Cal Poly students.
Cal Poly is one of your resources,
Yes.
and I believe you have a professional company managing it. Maria has been there the last few Fridays talking to everyone. So this is a little bit out of our expertise.
We
in
can
terms
connect
of
you with the
certified-
public affairs in person in charge, like that she can give you more ideas about how to go through if you wanna. I can.
Yes. Reina and
Reina de Haro?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, we've been in contact.
Oh, so you are ready?
Oh,
Okay.
yes. That's something, if we continue with it,
But it's on mine that it may
we
happen
would
here.
like a certified
I would like to see that.
might as well.
Because we had to go either far. West Covina is the closest one.
Yeah.
Or Monrovia, so
Monrovia.
why not Baldwin Park?
Monrovia.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Monrovia, West Covina,
Yes.
Covina.
Dina. Okay.
Almani has one too.
and Demas.
See, Emoni too. There.
Yeah.
With regrets, I won't be there on the 25th. I'll be in Colorado, but I will be the rest of the time.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Just wanted to.
On 25.
Spread the word.
No, I'm sad.
For all your contacts, churches, colleagues, Facebook, and everything else.
Thank you.
Do we have the police academy give these
Yeah.
ones out, like in front of the churches, like the Catholic church and stuff like that?
Sure,
On
sure.
Sunday?
If you have contacts within the police
The police
department.
academy,
Oh, the
Oh, the
police.
cadets.
the cadets.
Cadets. Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. We're,
That way, you know,
we're
a
working-
lot of people get them now and they just put it away.
Yeah, we're
They don't
working with
look
St. John's. We're hoping to put it in their Sunday news bulletin. So hopefully.
Where's Father Mike? Yeah. Of course, it would, you know, the cadets would help us a lot,
Oh, sure.
you know.
I apologize for being late.
Me too. Got caught in that Ramona traffic.
Yeah, it's been the last couple of weeks, like I think the freeway construction
Thank you,
is
Maria.
affecting Ramona.
Yeah.
Thanks, Maria.
Okay, then moving on, I'll go up to the top of the agenda, and we have April Rojo that will give an update in regards to the Veterans Day ceremony.
Nomination form. We need to start recruiting our veterans that we're going to be nominating at the ceremony. Usually we nominate about 2 to 3 veterans. I think last year it was 4. Did receive a they do have to be Baldwin Park residents.
Oh, yeah.
And this year's event will be on Tuesday, November 11th. We have the event on the holiday. Some cities like to do it before we actually have November 11th at 1 p.m. And our ceremony, for those if you have not been, we have participation from Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and have usually high school choir do the anthem. We also have skydivers towards the middle end of the program. Invite all the different certificates for honorees. Small reception. And of any honorees, that is something I'd like to get all their information, the biography together to so provide them this form, or have them contact me directly.
When is the last day
Families
to
like to keep it.
nominate?
I'm sorry.
Which day is the last day to nominate or to?
We put it also in the Baldwin Park now. I believe the date I have is the last Thursday in October. But we're willing to work up until the month of.
We would like to give the award to someone that earned it and has a distinguished record, rather than serving maybe someone that's won some sort of awards or served in. We've been very honored over the last 20 years that we've honored great veterans from the.
Okay, one question. And the family, the mom or dad live here in Baldwin Park, is the son not nomination? No.
Yeah, I would prefer if they were. Well, we've only honored Baldwin Park residents.
But they not live here, only the family. Oh, is it less? The family but not live here.
Maybe there might be a possibility that we could honor someone from the current conflict that we've been going through the past decade. We have a tendency to honor 60s.
60s, no, we need to honor the young ones.
The Vietnam and Korean War, but it would be great if we could honor someone from Desert Storm or from the.
Okay.
It is on 11 at 1 o'clock.
1.
Okay, the
Wait to
weekend.
lose.
Tuesday.
It's on a Tuesday.
It is a fantastic program you guys do.
We have skydivers that
Yeah.
jump out of the sky, and it is a beautiful.
Yes.
All have worked it at one time or another. I think we're all very.
The middle of the day.
Thank you, April.
Moving on, we have Irma Garcia, and Irma will elaborate a little bit on the senior prom and what's going on.
Do you want me just to pass them down? That'll make it easier for you.
Package later. Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's.
all together. Right.
I think we got it.
Oh,
Nice.
where?
And the king, queen, they don't have to be married or boyfriend or girlfriend.
Just
Male,
nominate.
it's just a male, female,
Oh,
friends.
there we go. Okay.
Yes, and they have a blast. A lot of the times there's a single person on this side, a single person on this side, and they get together and they run as friends.
There we go. Time to go.
Oh, my God.
Get 'em out of here.
As Irma's coughing, it is a beautiful event.
Yeah.
Everyone gets all dollied up. The men they wear tuxedos, suits, and
The dance.
women dress up and with gowns. Sometimes the women will bring their children, so they could participate as well. As Irma mentioned, 200 people, and everyone just has a blast. So if you have access to any door prizes, please let Irma know. Go pick them up, or if you need a letter or anything of that nature, we will go ahead and coordinate those.
think that, congratulations, Irma. I stayed there I stayed a little while because working. But I see everything, the seniors happy and when they wacky, the lady that's here, the lady go 97 or 98? 92? Oh my God. See, oh,
Fashion show.
that was a show? Yes.
Fashion show was a huge hit.
Oh, okay. It was you and a lot of work that's here. The seniors happy, but you too many stay there.
Yeah,
happy.
they're very, very happy. Irma and her staff, they do a wonderful job.
Yeah.
And this will be Irma's 20th year prom.
Yeah. Yeah, more than 20, no?
95.
Wow.
95 and to take over the seniors.
I know.
For the donations, what kind of donations you looking for? Like dresses or formal gowns?
The door prizes, a bottle of
Oh,
wine.
by the way.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
You have gift cards.
okay.
Where do we take those to the,
Irma?
okay.
Okay. And the latest will be to make sure that you guys have chance to, which day will be the last day to provide whatever donations? Until a day before? Okay,
October 9, the 9.
okay,
If it's a door prize, yes.
okay.
October 9.
The dresses and, okay.
Pedicure, manicure.
Wow. And it has to be licensed, sort of, with license or any? Products. Okay.
Time does it even? 5:30, and the seniors are there at 5. I mean,
Yes. Yeah. I know.
Rating.
it's a great event. It's
Okay.
fantastic.
A nice. Oh, it's a nice program. I love it. Thank you.
I will elaborate a little bit on the Walney Creek Nature Park. We had our kickoff meeting with staff, city staff, in regard to some of the concerns happening at the park. We echoed a lot of the concerns that Mr. Rios has mentioned and what other staff have mentioned in regards to lighting, vandalism, theft, and everything else. We have scheduled our first public input meeting with the architect, and flyers will be dispersed very soon for Saturday, September 20th. That information is also in the Ballin Park now. So we're looking forward to kicking off the actual input process with the community. So Rios will be asking you to get the flyers, help spread the word. Architect was out there taking a look at the park with city staff, and we walked all around the park, forward, backwards, rented a scissor lift. So the architect went up, drilled into the wood of the observation deck and everything else to find out if there's any termite damage or anything of that nature. We're very pleasantly surprised that most of the damage on the on the roof is what's exposed. So when you have the roof and then you have the beams on the exterior side, a lot of those had water damage and termite damage. So the architect was thinking out loud that we could just chop them off and put facial board and probably get away with that type of repairs. And obviously a lot of repairs to the roof, the lighting, the fence, and then the whole design are attractive. So we'll have our first meeting, so I'm hoping all the commissioners can attend on Saturday,
What time?
September 20th at 10:30. I think 11 o'clock
And it's gonna be,
at Walnut Creek Nature Park. And we'll make sure we get you a flyer and all the information. That will probably be dropped off at your house probably by the end of the week.
okay.
Okay.
How many?
I'll
September,
spread the word.
September 20th, is it?
Yes,
September 20th
At 11.
Saturday.
What's up?
at 11.
Working that.
So you guys are gonna serve menudo for us?
That idea. I don't mind passing by your house.
You know where I live.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I know.
So you're bringing the menudo?
I'll bring the lemon.
Lemons are expensive, man.
Oh, pozole.
So we're really relying on the commissioners and the residents to guide us. There's been a lot of conversation. We tear down the fence, leave the fence, what type of security, what type of lighting, what type of elements do we include in the park, so on and so on. So we,
On that tearing down the fence, what fence are you talking about?
the entrance.
The entrance?
There's been some discussion because it keeps the police out. So the police are telling us, and they were
So
part
they
of
can
the,
drive in.
Yeah, they are part of the
That would be
kickoff
good.
meeting. That fence keeps out the good guys, which is the police, and then the folks that
Allow the-
are not behaving sometimes get through, and then the officers
Oh, they just jumped the fence.
jump the fence.
And it makes it more, you could see it without the fencing there, you know, it would be less likely for kids to be hanging out there doing things they shouldn't be doing.
So
It can be seen better from the street.
I shared with the architect, we are relying on their experience. They have a tremendous amount of experience, as well as from the police department and the community members and everyone else. So I'm sure we'll be able to find a happy medium, figure out how we could polish that gem that we have involved.
I have a question. So are we sending out special flyers to that part of the neighborhood, like the area that uses it most? Okay.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Talking about
It's funny
safety,
that you ask it that because most of the people that go over there,
Well, maybe this will encourage the people here, you know, to go to their park, make it feel more of it's their own
well,
space.
you know, I
own,
would
own
say
it.
Yeah.
the people that are retired, they'll go in the morning in there
okay.
and walk that area. There for a while because it's very dry and stuff like that. And I've been working with Dan, in they've been watering the plants and stuff. Yeah, it looks much better.
We have close to $500,000 as soon as the design. We have close to $500,000 to invest
My
in
God.
the park. What does that mean? I'm not 100% sure of what the community is going to want to invest in, but close to $500,000, and we're not over in terms of securing grants. We have a few grants out there that we're waiting to hear a response back. We're hoping that the new supervisor will be giving us some money. Very kind to Baldwin Park.
Yeah.
We as staff members have known her for 20 years. Hoping that comes back and allocate some money. Have secured $250,000 for that project from Supervisor Gloria. I'm very grateful for those funds. I'd like to obviously
There is any time limit to use the money, or?
Use the funds, we have to exhaust most of the funds by the end of 2015. We anticipate construction starting after the new year, no later than April, and monies will be spent relatively quick.
Okay.
I have a question. So is this money also used to hire a consultant to help us better decide what's being done with it?
Yeah,
Or is
so
that extra money
That's
that
it.
we
This is
have?
extra money. We have $35,000 in the
For the
Rivers Mountains and Conservancy, and they've awarded us $35,000. And that's basically paying for the design of the park, all the outreach, architectural particulars in terms of what to do and what not to do. The architect has some great ideas already, envisioning this and envisioning that. I want to come up with several conceptuals. When we meet on the 20th,
Make it easy for us.
see a few different options. They may like this, with this one and this on this one, or they may say, no, we don't like any of them, we're thinking about this, and we'll have a blank sheet of paper there, and the architect will go to town, write all the comments down. We're off to a very good start with staff, and department, and public works, and everyone else. Dan and David and Mike and everyone else, they all gave their 2 cents.
You forget it.
I want to say we have 5 pages. We have
Only
5
2
pages.
cents, forget it.
We have 5 pages of notes right now.
Yeah.
Of all of the items, as well as the police department. Police made they made a very honest statement. They said, as an officer, the lieutenant said, we're not going to jump the fence.
No.
We're not going to we don't want to get injured. It's easier if we could stay in our car. So if everything's locked up, how are we supposed to patrol the park? It's an honest statement, because you could say some officers may get up and check with a flashlight, but he said, with all due respect, we're probably not going to get out of the car.
You know
But
what
what if they had a key thing here, they could just slide in and the gate would
We have
slide
to have
open?
an automatic fence. We have an automatic fence on the back side,
But
but
not
it
that.
broke 20-some years ago, so they locked it up and they welded it shut and everything else. So it's not working. So that's something that we may want to look into.
Yeah.
If the fence, there's an automated fence. And then the officer said, we don't want any button, we want a keypad.
Right.
And then I started thinking, well, technology now, you have a chip within each of the police cars, so as soon as you drive up, it opens it up.
Right, there you go.
Kind of dummy proof in the sense you don't need to remember anything. I'm thinking, if you have a keypad, what happens if someone takes a bat to it?
Right,
They do something inappropriate, or they break it, but you drive up, and there's a sensor within the engine, boom, it opens up.
right.
Just like they made it here for the heliport, for the parking structure, the underground. They have a chip, basically something like this, in the body of the car. Drive up, then it opens it up, and that chip is key to that police car. Oh, and cameras as well. I'm advocating for cameras that are connected to the police department. So the dispatch, if they have an opportunity, they're looking at the camera and they see someone smoking, and they go on the loudspeaker and say, for municipal code, blah, 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 no smoking in the park. And we have videotapes of it taking place in Redlands, or like they're amazed that someone's talking to them and they get scared and they run away. Not that we want anyone to run away, but we want people
Yes,
to
we do.
adhere to policies and to the rules. Park is there to be used. Don't abuse.
Well, I'm really excited because when I was a kid, we couldn't go to this park because all the troublemakers would be there all the time, so you didn't want to go there.
Hey,
So
wait a
hopefully
minute,
we can
wait a
make it
Wait a
accessible
minute,
to
wait.
everybody.
He was one of the troublemakers.
Your sister made a beautiful comment at the Barnes Park opening. She had said that she remembers
go.
how the park looked years ago when she worked at the school.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what we take for granted sometimes. We forget how that park used to look at it today.
Oh, it's
It
gorgeous.
is our central park. It is beautiful. And I remember when we had the groundbreaking ceremony back in early 2000 for that park. Facility and maintenance, they were so happy that they cleaned it all up. Even on its best day, that park did not look very good. It was not ADA compliant. Had a big old curb
Yeah.
around the playground
Freeway.
with sand. And they had the metal slides that the kids would burn themselves with the
Yeah.
heat. It was just not, it doesn't look like it does.
No.
So I'm
Hoping that
happy.
that's what happens to this.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that Walnut Creek Nature Park, this is the last park that we have access to intensive modeling, because if you look at all the parks, they've all been touched in the last decade. Park, Morgan Park has been transformed, Barnes Park,
Barnes Park.
Fire Park back in early
Yeah.
2000. Walnut Creek Nature Park is the last park that we have an opportunity.
Yeah.
At the park, are they going to keep still the design of it?
Yes, that was one of the questions. The architect was asking how firm are we on keeping it a nature park, and I told him that at least in my opinion, it needs to be a nature park. That's what Walnut Creek Nature Park represents.
Right.
Although we can add some elements, maybe a little bit of grass here and there. As a parent, I've never been too happy about when my kids, when I would take off their shoes at night and then the sand would go everywhere. I mean, it's just too much work. So in terms of grass, having access to grass, doing away with all of the sand, the trail might be a compressed dirt, what they call DG, a very tight-knit dirt.
A granite, right?
Yeah.
So you could still walk in it, but you don't have.
But the
dirt everywhere.
bridge would still be there with that,
The bridge
the river,
would
like,
need to be ADA compliant. So if you could visualize the bridge, you have the stairs, but then you're going to have about 150 feet of a ramp, ADA compliant, which wheelchair and everything else. Well, there's a lot of work that needs to go on the other end of the park. There really isn't anything there. I mean, you don't feel safe. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I remember back in the mid '90s, I would get a call and they told us that someone was sleeping in the bushes. So I would go with the former director, Mr. Diaz, and
Oh,
we'd
yes,
go,
I know.
and him and I would go crawl in there, and we'd wake up the person, and we'd ask them to leave.
They live.
A few times we didn't even know it was alive. We had called the police, and they were working their way out there, but the former director was very cavalier approach. So
I'll go.
we went in there, and we woke up the person, and sometimes they were intoxicated or whatever the case was.
Yeah.
They were just they needed sleep.
Talking about that, it's happening right here in Baldwin Park right now. Have like at least I would say very confident, at least 3 or 4 people who sleep over every night.
They're sleeping in the park.
Yes.
It's against. If you should see it, I know it breaks our heart, but there's options.
It does. It's
there's
like
other options out there. We have the Family Service Center. We have the referrals to shelters, and we go talking to some of the individuals, and it's a lifestyle choice. They don't want to.
they don't want to follow the rules.
They don't want to follow the rules. They want to sleep in the park. And the lieutenant that was at the meeting recently for Walnut Creek Nature Park, he mentioned that. He's in the homeless coalition, and he's very knowledgeable with the homeless. And he had said a lot of these folks want to live on the riverbed. They want to sleep on the picnic bench.
The only issue that I see is I live in Park Shadows. They wait until very late and they jump the fence and then they go and search for the empty units and they use those units. We already got one and the others we
Wow.
approved. That's the
Okay.
only issue that the young ones jump the fence, the wall, and then they go to the unit.
Yes. We do have guidelines. In terms of the park needs to be utilized for its original intent. So barbecue grills are supposed to be used for preparing food, not for warmth. A lot of the times I'll call the police if I see a big old fire pit going on
Yeah.
because they just want to stay warm. And drink their, whatever they're drinking.
Yeah.
And then the picnic tables are to eat on, socialize, not to sleep. So a lot of the times when I get out of council meetings, I'll go drive around the city and look at the parks, or when I come on the weekends, or whatever the case. So we will call the police department and chase them away. The shopping carts are not supposed to be on city property. They do not belong. Folks pushing the shopping cart, they're supposed to be on property owners' property. It's very complicated, like in your complex. If they move in and they have the squatters' rights,
Yes.
it takes a little while to get them out because now they're living there. Possession 9/10 of the law. So it's very complicated.
It takes almost a year to take them out.
You can,
Especially if they get their mail sent there.
Yeah.
can.
And the cops can't pull them out or anything.
Well, I was like, I didn't know that he was hiding by the closet, one of the closets, and the security and I were like, okay, checking everywhere, and he was hiding there. Go up right away, and they took it.
But if you would have said that I'm a squatter,
He was
He could have
stupid
never
enough not
touched
to
him.
say anything. He was very afraid. But we found everything.
but it's like right there at the Nation Park and down the hill to the riverbed and next to the freeway. I would say 80% of the people are around that area, they're veterans.
That's the sad part.
Guys that have been in Vietnam, Korea, you know. In my yard, I have a air compressor because most of them are in their bikes, and they know if they need air for their bikes, they'll stop by and put air. I even have spare tires right there for them. You know, it's bad.
But,
It is bad.
they ended
And
on
I
the
have,
street.
you know, brothers that are veterans and that, and they tell me the stuff that goes on, you know, and it's bad.
Every so often, the city will, in collaboration with Caltrans and CHP and the health department and everyone else, they'll go into the
Do a
riverbed.
sweep, yeah.
You take them out today and tomorrow they're there.
Okay.
That same in regards to Walnut Creek Nature Park, I do have a special guest with us today. Alex has returned from the military, and Alex is one of the specialists. So, graduate of Cal State University, Long Beach, and Alex will give a little bit of background.
Okay, Alex?
Happy to be back. And studies.
Baldwin Park resident.
Yes.
All right.
Was overseas for which
So wait,
What branch of service?
Pardon me?
so Alex is an excellent example of a Baldwin Park resident
Yeah.
and a staff
Yeah.
member that grew up with our department and went to college, evolved, and he's a role model for everyone.
yeah. Good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Welcome, Alex.
Thank you for your
You should.
service.
Yeah, I know. His application.
I know.
Up to minutes.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, what staff took the initiative and we went ahead and put together a.
I know they put us to work, so now put us to read.
Please take a look at it
Good night.
at your leisure. I will add this to the agenda for the next commission meeting.
Okay.
Spend about 20 minutes
Reviewing.
chatting about it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, need any clarification, there's a easy to read guide. We have a list of the department accomplishments. So please take a look at it. It's reflects back to approximately the past 6 or 7 years. We have Robert's Rule of Order. We have a flow chart. and all kinds of information, the role of a commissioner, publications, flyers, and a little bit of everything. So I think this is a very good start. I know I had mentioned I wanted to have a meeting, but with the commissioners, but I figure for right now, you could take a look at this, and then we'll discuss it
Nice, very
next
nice.
month.
It's very nice.
Please let me know if you have any comments or questions, concerns before then or at the next,
Maybe we can check like one item every month and then go through all of it.
absolutely.
Okay.
I'd like to thank Teresa for taking the lead and putting this together. I think Denise helped her a little bit too. But thank you very, very much. As I
Very nice.
mentioned before, the Recreation and Community Service Department, we have well over 100 staff members. Alex and Teresa and Denise and all the other staff members. They're a great example of dedicated employees.
Thank you very much.
There's a lot of work.
Now you
It
put
looks
us to
very good.
work.
So your next thing is commissioners requesting communications, so you start.
Thank you, Manny. I have it.
Eventually, maybe in the next few months, I'd like for us to develop some goals, vision,
Oh, okay.
so of what direction we would like to go in.
Oh, what's next? This
Some
one?
short term and some long term.
Okay.
That's all I have.
So the next one is Commissioner request and communications.
So you start down and ask him. Do you have any communications?
Not today.
Not today.
I've been too busy. Oh. Between
I don't have any
hospitals and
either.
emergencies.
No, I haven't.
Well-
Just, I think, a lot of work went into this notebook, and I'd like to thank you, and it's awesome, as always.
Me too. Thank you. Had a lot of work. I have that note that they one more big one on the commission. And I'm sorry last time I come in the meeting. I have vacation. I come.
Yes, I received your message. Thank
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Wonderful job. I know many of you work at a lot of this city. You service so much, and that's here. Everybody, you have a good team.
you. Yes, I'm
You have a
very-
good team and working
very
together. This is wonderful. Thank you, girls. Thank you, everybody.
Meeting adjourned.
You have
10,
to ask
like
for
a 10
someone
minutes.
to adjourn it.
Okay.
Close
I
the
so
meeting.
moved that we adjourn.
I second it.
Let's move.
Everybody in favor?
All in favor?
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed?
Meeting. No. Let's stay another hour.
She pausing me. Okay.
You're getting good. You're getting there.
Little by little.
Yeah.
5:65.
Be next to me.